Hello and Merry Christmas. I'm Protomit.
I'm Tank.
And welcome to a Very Gamezillong Christmas. I actually managed to get the title right this time.
Yes, this is our third take.
Fourth, I think, actually.
Well, we're not going to do anymore, so we're just going to start the podcast.
In this series, we take a look at tokusatsu Christmas episodes of tokusatsu shows. Tokusatsu. And today we will be taking a look at Juken Sentai Gekiranger episode 45, Hapihapi, Merry Christmas, os.
That's what it says.
It is a Christmas episode of, well, like I said, Gekiranger. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of unusual in that this series had a bit more of a focus on the villain side of things compared to a lot of other seasons, and this episode doesn't.
Well, its American version also kind of focused a lot on the villains, too.
Right, but this episode in particular barely has the villains to the point where
it's in one. They show up in one single scene.
Well, I mean, even the Monster of the Week is kind of a side plot in this episode.
Yeah.
It's just kind of there for the obligation of having a tokusatsu monster.
Uh-huh. But I still say it looks like... it looked like San Wukong.
And that is fair. It was based on Hanuman, which I think they just mushed the two together.
Yeah.
I can't even remember the name of the monster. I think it was Ko?
Let's just say it.
That might have been the Anubis one that also showed up, but...
Code Geass.
Anyway, the episode starts with the White Ranger and the Gazelle guy.
Yeah.
At the mall.
Yeah.
Getting Christmas stuff for a Christmas party.
And a little boy named Carl ends up saying he hates Christmas and just starts wrecking shit.
And because they don't understand English, which is what this kid is speaking, that Ken just kind of assumes, Ken being the White Ranger, Ken just kind of assumes that he's a poor boy who loves Christmas but can't have a Christmas party because he is so poor. So they invite him to their Christmas party at Scratch.
Yeah, so so Carl does not understand what they're saying because he can't understand Japanese. So they're just talking to him in their native tongue, and he's just getting more confused and more confused. And
I love how at numerous points in the episode, Carl is like, I have no idea what you guys are saying.
Yep, and he goes... It's a very funny episode.
They practically kidnap this kid.
Okay.
Like he doesn't know where they're going.
Kidnapping is bad. But, they're heroes. But I don't know how Alpha and Zordon can kidnap like 15 kids and not get in trouble.
Shh. We do not speak of the forbidden episode that we've already spoken of.
Okay. So, we get a scene at the lair of the villains, and they end up selecting the monster of the day.
Basically. And that's their involvement in the episode.
Yep, and the monster ends up doing some bad stuff because, it's a bad monster.
He's able to duplicate himself and just cause havoc all over the city. Mm-hmm. Now, before the Rangers actually deal with that, they deal with the fact that Carl doesn't speak Japanese and is mad about Christmas and tries to storm off.
He ends up pushing over their Christmas tree due to, I believe it's the Yellow Ranger that ends up, unbeknownst to her, puts the star above her head.
I think it may have been the Red Ranger who did that.
Could have been, yeah.
But that just triggers a memory in him, and he tries to storm off, only for Miki, who is the a mentor character who does understand English, asking him why he's so upset.
I hate Christmas.
Why do you hate Christmas?
And he just bolts out the door. Then
it's at this point that everybody finds out, oh, this kid hates Christmas.
Yeah.
And Ken just kind of assumes that it's because he's poor and can't have a Christmas party because he's stupid like that. He's got a lot of passion, but he
doesn't understand what officially is going on. So
even after being told what's going on.
He shows up, and then actually he follows the gazelle guy, and Ken starts following him out, and all of a sudden a limo pulls up, and his dad picks him up, and they all go to his house, and then the dad pretty much explains to Ken and the gazelle man. I think the gazelle man understood what was going on, but Ken didn't.
Basically, the reason that and the dad does speak Japanese, so he's able to explain the situation. Mm-hmm. Basically, what happened is that a few years ago, Carl's mom was in an accident on Christmas and passed away.
Yeah.
And he has not gotten over that fact and has hated Christmas ever since.
So during the process of Carl's pretty much explaining that he still hates Christmas, and if Santa's so great, why can't Santa can bring my mother back to life? And then Ken decides to dress up in drag.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't work when, he's got stubble.
Yeah.
That is a prominent feature of his face. Stubble.
Yep. And then he puts a fake beard on because he can't grow an actual beard. No, I'm kidding. I don't know if he can actually grow a beard. I never met the guy.
I'm pretty sure that's his actual beard.
Yeah. So then Carl ends up running off, and then he's swinging on a swing set, and then the monkey monster ends up coming and kind of going up, starts fighting Ken. And then he grows big.
Don't they go to a beach, though? Pretty sure they go to a beach, and that's where Ken's
yeah.
When I'm upset, I just go, oh! And...
Yeah, they are at a beach at one point. But then he runs off again, and then they finally catch him at a swing set, and then... Wait, no. I'm getting things confused.
Fair point. No, I think they go to the swing set, and then Carl runs off and gets picked up by his dad.
Oh,
I think that's what happened. I definitely know for sure that they go to the beach and Ken gives him the Osu talk.
I goes, horse!
And then the monster of the week shows up to cause havoc. Because while all this has been going on, the Gekirangers have been trying to deal with the monster and all its clones just wreaking havoc all over the town.
Yeah. They end up, it ends up turning big, and then it takes apparently 3.
To be fair, this is pretty late in the series, so by this point, the monsters of the week have gotten up significantly stronger.
Okay, so that's the reason why they have 3 mechas just attacking this single one. Well, yes. At least it makes sense instead of one gigantic, oversized mashup.
Yeah, that's like a couple seasons later.
Oh, just like towers over the monsters when they do that. So...
No, wait, that's the next season. I got confused. It's the next season that does that.
Like 13 Megazords combined to one gigantic Megazord.
I think it was 16.
Well...
Maybe 15.
That's still overkill.
That is.
But they end up... Ken's Megazord ends up taking down the monster of the week, and then they have a Christmas party at Carl's dad's house, and then Ken
Ken uses his his Zord to create a giant block of ice and uses his sword to carve a giant replica of Carl's mom doing the Christmas ornament thing.
Yep.
That she did, because they videotaped that. And it's all a Merry Christmas. And then the episode's over.
Yep. I thought it was good.
It's certainly one of the sillier Christmas episodes. I mean, it's a far cry from the Christmas episode we talked about last year. Ooh, boy.
That was a dark Christmas episode. Santa upside down on a cross. Boy.
But it's memorable.
It is. It is.
And this one is somewhat memorable for just how wacky it is.
Oh, yeah. You know, the Christmas specials need to be more... Or they can be any type of style, but it just needs to be Christmas-y. And this one was Christmas-y. Just mostly Ken wearing a fake Santa beard most of the time.
Good chunk of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, interesting fact, this came out at around the point where they were doing like special ending themes that were the various characters insert character songs.
Okay.
So if this episode had his character song used as the ending, probably because this episode focused on his character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was mostly a Ken-based episode. The others just were there to fight the other monsters and wonder why he's not happy for Christmas.
Yeah, the main focus is, why does Carl not like Christmas? Monster of the Week wreaking havoc in town? Yeah, but why Carl? Why is Carl not happy about Christmas?
Well, when they actually find out why he's unhappy with Christmas, it completely changes.
Oh, yeah.
By the end, he likes Christmas again.
He has regained his faith in Christmas, or something like that.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought. He has his Christmas spirit back.
Hooray!
Hooray! I like the design of the Monster of the Week.
Yeah, this show had some pretty good monster designs.
Mm-hmm. Even the main villain, I like his transformation. Well, even though I've only seen the Power Ranger variation, but that black and gold line that really gives me Garo vibes.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
If it wasn't already being used, it could have been one of the various Garo type warrior outfits. It looks like.
Oh, the different companies. So, but yeah.
Yeah. So, Merry Christmas
and Happy New Year when you get that far.
Yep. Bye.
See ya.